Alright, what's up, Ant fam? Now, today's video is about 8 things my grandmother, Gertrude Gibson, taught me. So, let's see what 8 things my grandmother, Gertrude Gibson, taught me. So, stay tuned. Number 8, she taught me how to pick pecans. Well, really, she taught me about hard work. She taught me to work hard and stuff. Now, I remember this story when I was picking pecans out with my cousins and stuff. They went inside, but see, I liked the outside, and I stayed and I picked up 2 big things of pecans. Stayed out there. Now, I remember I got these 2 big things of pecans by myself, right? Came in the next day, seen the dude, he had $20 in his pocket. And I'm like, man, I'm about to get at least $20. Dude gave me $3, right? Well, at that moment, taught me to work hard, and that you're not gonna always get what you do. Think about it. I gave him like at least $20 to $40 worth of pecans, but he gave me $3 and stuff, and it showed me that you have to work hard and constantly work hard. And she taught me how to have a hard work ethic. So, hard work. Number 7, my grandma told me never to be ashamed of where you come from. Now, I remember middle school, people used to talk about me for having a country accent, even when I came to college. But one thing I learned is to embrace my country accent and also embrace being from Shreveport. I remember I used to do it when I was younger, like, man, I don't like Shreveport. My grandma told me that, Shreveport is your home and stuff. And you should be happy where you're home at. And I have a lot of family in Shreveport and a lot of friends in Shreveport. And also Baton Rouge that became my home. And also my girlfriend loves my country accent. And she loves that I am from Shreveport and that I am different. But also just me accepting from being from Shreveport. And I love Shreveport, and that is my home. And I love it. And I rep for the 318 always. 318 till I die. Number 6, my grandma taught me about routine and being clean. Now, she told me to always make my bed. So I can't go, like, you ever came home and stuff and you forget to make your bed? I always make my bed once I get up. Also, I always brush my teeth, wash my face, put on deodorant. Also, she taught me the 2 things to always keep clean when you have a house: your kitchen and your bathroom, because them always going to be the first place when you have guests over, they're going to come. But she taught me about these routines and stuff, and it helped to keep myself up. And she told me, and they really come a long way and stuff. And it is important to always brush your teeth, wash your face, and have a routine and clean, and constantly clean, and to be tidy. So her teaching about the routine of being clean is something that really sticks to me, and I use today. Number 5, I say a little sense of humor. My grandma is funny. Now, she'll say these little smart remarks and stuff, but that'd be so funny. You can hear in her voice. I remember she always joke about me, like, hey, you gonna pay for the crawfish? And I come, I'll be like, grandma, like, that's $5.99 a pound. You paying for some crawfish? We talking about how to have a little sense of humor. Like, she'll talk about, like, boy, what's wrong with you? You ain't talking? Because, I love to talk. And one time, I'll never forget, when I was making biscuits, right? And I ain't gonna say burning biscuits. I don't burn biscuits, but I was making biscuits, right? And I came out the oven and stuff, and I came out the first time, I was like, and I did it again, right? Made it, and this time I still burned my hand. I had to put butter on my fingers, right, to make the swelling go down. And she's like, boy, stop wasting my butter, because you burnt yourself. But just her having that sense of humor just always lights me up and stuff, and I like to have a sense of humor. She taught me to have a sense of humor, not to always be so serious all the time. Number 4 is respecting yourself. She's taught me to respect myself as well as respect others. She always told us to respect our elders. So, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Say thank you. No, thank you. Because you had to and stuff. Like my family, you say yes to a door. You're going to hit straight in the mouth like that. But you had to say them things and stuff because you had to learn to be respectful and stuff. And also respect for others. But also respect yourself. And she told us to never let anyone disrespect you or call you out your name. Because you are your name. And my grandmother did not like cursing. And she told us to never let nobody call you out your name. And always respect yourself and do stuff that you would like to see yourself doing. And don't always do whatever the crowd doing. And so respecting myself and respecting others is one thing that my grandma really instilled in me, as well as my other cousins, as well as siblings. So, number 4, respecting myself and others. Number 3, patience. My grandma is very patient. She was one of the most patient people I know. She never had no worry. I never seen my grandma worried about anything. No matter the bills, what we're going to eat, this or that. My grandma always had a trust in God, and also she never worried. And she taught me patience and stuff, and I learned that over time and stuff with patience. And I love seeing how patient she was and stuff. My grandmother had like real patience. She was a strong like a rock and stuff. My grandma was she did say a few words and stuff, but she was patient. And she always patiently waited for God to tell her what to do And also she provided for her family, and she continued to do that until when she had recently passed. But my grandmother means a lot to me, and she taught me about patience. So number 3 is patience. Number 2 is how to treat a woman. I love this because I use this with my girlfriend Maya all the time and stuff. All the stuff my grandmother taught me, how to treat her and stuff, and treat her like a queen. And I love that. Opening the door for her, paying for her meals, doing all the small stuff for her, doing all the hard labor work for her. You know, getting her bags like she's going shopping, picking up the water for her, doing all the heavy lifting stuff. Because a woman should not have to do that. A man is supposed to do that for her. Now, a woman can do it and stuff, but a man is not supposed to be sorry. My grandmother told me not to be a sorry man, especially not to be a sorry man to your woman. She taught me how to be a man as well as my dad, but my grandma told me to always provide for your woman. And I love that because it really taught me how to treat Maya better, and also to just trust and stuff. Because that stuff shows about trust and stuff. Because when you're in a relationship, you're intertwined with that person and stuff. But also just learning and stuff, and her telling me, because she really didn't want me to be no sorry man. She didn't want none of her grandsons to be a sorry man. So she would be like, you need to take care of that girl and stuff, or you need to provide for that girl and do stuff for her, you know? And not to dog out or do anything like that, because she is your queen. And I'm glad that grandma taught me that. And I love my queen and Maya Margaret Vessel. Number 1, keeping God first. Like my grandma, her church is New Bethel Baptist Church in Williams, Westdale, Louisiana, on Highway 1. I remember days we'd go to prayer breakfast and they make grits, eggs, bacon, toast, sometimes biscuits. I get my cranberry juice. And just keeping God first, though. She'll tell me that if no one else loves you, God will always love you. I remember we used to go to revivals in the summer together. I remember, about praying together and stuff. I remember even going to Bible study sometimes and stuff, and vacation Bible school with my grandma, with my cousin Billy. But my grandmother distilled church in us, and she made sure we went to church. I remember she was the reason why I wanted to become an usher, and I did become an usher because of my grandmother. But my grandmother always instilled living with Christ and stuff, and keeping God first, no matter what. And I always keep your faith strong. And that is good and stuff, and I'm glad that I grew up in the church and stuff, and I'm glad I went to New Bethel Baptist Church, and I'm glad that my grandmother distilled the love for Christ in me, as well as my parents. But my grandma made sure that we always kept God first, and I love that. Now, I want to show y'all this special thing that my cousin Ebony got made for me and my parents with me, my mom, dad, and my grandma and stuff. It's a very beautiful thing and stuff, and it's one of my prized possessions. But I just want to thank y'all for joining me on this video. This is a very special video to me because it talks about some things that my grandmother taught me and what helped me in my life and stuff that I will continue to keep distilled in me. Now, I love you, Grandma, and I know she's in a better place. She recently passed away and stuff. She had a beautiful homegoing ceremony and stuff, but I know she's with God and she's finally at peace. Now, and fam, me and Maya just want to say we thank you and we love you, and subscribe to Motivational Maya as well as Let's Stay with Aunt.